Hi, it's Hana, and I'm here in the BA Test Kitchen to have a secret conversation about Chris Morocco. Once again, we are going to put Chris's super taster abilities to the test. This is General Tso's chicken from the Walks of Life. We are challenging Chris to replicate this exact dish with every ingredient. He'll be able to taste it, touch it, and smell it, but at no point will he be able to see this dish. At the end of the day, we'll come back and taste his final creation, and I'll be the judge.
Oh, interesting. A blast of like soy sauce or like oyster sauce. Real talk, it's hard to describe soy without using the word soy. There's something very savory, a tiny bit funky. The flavor is like salty, but with a sense of umami. Let's see what we got here. Oh God, that's good. Friggin' love that.
What's so good?
I'm glad you asked, Kev. What we have here is a piece of chicken marinated in some way, coated in a starchy shell, fried, and then tossed in a sort of sweet, spicy soy glaze. You can imagine there's like a little bit of like maybe like a Shaoxing wine. There could be some ginger. It's not wildly hot, it's not crazy sweet. Everything's in a nice kind of tension and balance. I am curious if there's anything else here. Like what's that, you know? Probably some broccoli. So very often in this type of stir-fry preparation, the broccoli is gonna be very briefly blanched for getting stir-fried to temper the toughness and also makes it very like vibrant and bright green. Oh. So I've got some kind of dried red spicy chili, the long red spicy dried chilies that you get from, you know, Asian markets. I'm not getting discernible pieces of ginger or garlic. I feel like those flavors are there, or is it like a softer brightness coming from a cooking wine? To me, like, I feel like this has gotta be some kind of version of like a General Tso's chicken. This is one of those recipes where I think my ingredient list is gonna be frighteningly short. Oh. Itchy.
Seen that this now comes in a flying way? Is that like the new thing?
No, that's not the new thing. No, it doesn't. Don't even have the glasses on, man. Okay. Whew. So I'm making a list of groceries to be shopped. Boneless, skinless chicken breast, quite a bit of cornstarch, veg oil. Now I have to spell Shaoxing on camera. Shao. Is there an X in there? Shaoxing. I had one letter wrong.
What do you have?
I had SHAOXIANG, when in fact it is SHAOXING. Come on. Let's get some garlic, ginger, broccoli. If there are other soys out there wherever you're going, get them all and let's taste them all. Let's get rice vinegar just in case. Maybe toasted sesame oil. If it's there, it's very soft. I feel pretty good about this as a starting point. Somebody's gonna run out and grab these ingredients, and then I will have my first attempt at making the dish. Why did I think that Shaoxing cooking wine was white or clear? So I'm starting with soy because I'm just fascinated by the number of things that came up here. All labeled soy, standard kikkoman, which does have wheat, this one, which has all kinds of added ingredients, including caramel. Then the seasoning sauce, I've never even heard of this. Fascinating. And then we have a double black soy sauce. Oh, has like this kind of molassesy quality to it. Fascinating. Anywho, I want to start out just by using the most kind of standard soy sauce possible. I'm gonna make final kind of like sauce element that's gonna go on the chicken when it comes out of the fryer. So I'm doing standard kikkoman soy sauce. So I'm doing Shaoxing wine, an ingredient that I'm not crazy familiar with. I'm wondering to what degree it might go in the finishing sauce element, but also in the chicken pre-treatment, or both, or none. Then we need some sugar here, and just see where that nets me in terms of a sweet salt balance. That's not bad in terms of flavor balance. I do wonder if there's a little bit of toasted sesame oil operating in the background there. Toasted sesame, especially used towards the end of the cooking process as a finishing element, is an incredibly powerful aromatic ingredient. Adding it at the beginning of a recipe tends to really temper its aroma. Starch is going to be what binds the sauce as it reduces down and creates that kind of silkiness. Now, I want to keep some of these ingredients out because I do wonder if they're maybe doing double duty as part of our pre-treatment of the chicken. I don't need a ton of soy sauce in here. Let's just start with again, equal parts just to establish a baseline here. I'm banking on the notion that there is garlic and ginger in the dish, but perhaps it's simply been grated or treated in such a way that you're not getting discernible pieces of it. Let's put a baseline amount of starch in. The starch in this part of the dish is gonna be what effectively forms the crust on the chicken when it goes into the oil. So I want it to be a little bit thicker than that. I want something that's really gonna cling to that chicken. I feel like we could probably even go a bit tighter still. It can be quite a tight mixture. So that's quite a bit thicker. That should adhere pretty nicely to the chicken, almost like a batter. Going with boneless, skinless chicken, it'll yield the biggest pieces without skin that will allow me to cut it into the most regular sized pieces possible. All right, so seasoning chicken with salt and then getting it into, let's just call it the marinade. See how this mixture is very tight? Tight just means it's really clingy. Is that quite enough coating? Not really, right? I definitely need more starch. I need more liquid to bind it. So we're going double. Okay, great. I don't know, maybe this is too wet now, but I mean, at least we're coated and we've got something. We're gonna get oil going, vegetable oil. We need to do a quick steam or blanch on this broccoli. I'm thinking we do steamed. All right, we're gonna get this hot. We just wanna do a very fast steam. I could blanch it as well, but I thought it'd be more fun to just root around in the kitchen for a steamer basket. And we wanna really think really hard about any wet element that's going into that stir fry environment.
Uh-oh.
Literally the steamer basket disintegrated in my hands. Didn't want wet broccoli. What do we get? Wet broccoli. What else is there? The thing that's going through my mind is just there aren't enough things here. Confidence is low. This can't be enough. I feel like I'm missing ingredients. All right, so I'm gonna start dropping these pieces of chicken in. I'm gonna be looking for more of a color change and texture change to know that this is done as opposed to temping it or anything else. It can almost effectively be overcooked, but that starchy shell is gonna protect the chicken from losing too much moisture. This is that's pretty good, but what if we could make it great? Flavors are getting a little bit of soy, a little retro nasal soy. Seasoning's nice, pleasantly shreddy, but it's still moist. We could dial that up a little bit. So we are now stir frying. A little bit of neutral oil in our wok. I just wanna toast the chilies, and they are toasting real fast. Oh, they're probably gonna get too dark. Not much of a stir fryer. Sorry you had to see this. A wok is so nice for this kind of application because it disperses the heat. A liquid is gonna evaporate really quickly. It's not gonna sog out. So chicken's gonna go in, and then this is the glaze. Oh wow, look at how fast the cornstarch activated. I'm gonna add a touch of water. I don't want it to be over reduced, but we got something. Sauce a little over reduced, a little salty. A little bit of a poor effort there, but I haven't cooked in a wok in so long. Ended up creating a slightly, kind of gummy texture. We're missing some crunch here. It's kind of a bummer. For ingredients, I'm gonna give myself a 65. Something's not right here. Technique, I would go with more of a 75. Appearance, maybe I would go with an 85 there. Then taste, I think I'm at maybe a 70. Okay, actual scores are on this sheet. Wait, what is this? Effort, attitude, kindness, confidence.
Those are my scores.
These are Dan's scores so far. We've got effort is a 68. Attitude is a very obvious 63. Kindness, no surprise here, a 41. Confidence, strangely high, 73, very much in character. That brings Dan to a total of 61 for a D- average.
Your scores from me.
No, that was your scores from me.
I'm grading you.
No, that's how you've been graded. Actual score total is 74. Technique is the bit of a bummer to me, a 68. I don't know that I'm gonna teach myself how to make General Tso's chicken in like one more pass. One more chance to taste the original dish, and as ever, there is a lot riding on that. Stakes are high. Yeah, not getting oyster sauce. Soy and chicken, so strong. Anything on the outside of the chicken. Ooh, I got a piece of garlic. I could definitely add some more brightness. I don't know that the Shaoxing wine is giving us enough acidity. Rice vinegar could just punch it up a little bit. Frankly, could be sweeter. Brown sugar, still not getting pieces of ginger. These pieces of chicken, it's almost like it's like a strip that's kind of curled in on itself. I would love to change to boneless, skinless chicken thigh. All right, cool. Let's move on. I'm gonna get my final attempt at the dish and hopefully get a little closer. So we're making the marinade and I'm going all in on Shaoxing wine and cornstarch with a little bit of salt. It's just a matter of needing to make like a slurry that's a little bit more neutral and then bring all of the soy flavor in with the glaze at the end. I want it to be pretty thick. Wow, that is like so thick. I really don't like that consistency. It's sort of absorbing the starch, but it's kind of separating out. Now we've restored it to, you know, the kind of fluidity, heavy cream texture. We're gonna need that additional starch in order to really build up that outer coating. Okay, that's where the chicken's going. So I'm not doing ginger or garlic in the marinade this time. Moving on to the sauce element. Still kikkoman, standard soy, sugar, less cornstarch this time. I'm including a little bit of rice vinegar and some water. Rice vinegar is just, you know, it's essentially a vinegar created from something akin to sake. Still going with just a touch of toasted sesame. Flavor's good. I do wonder if we're like missing some kind of complexity. This one is our double black soy sauce. Maybe I'm just gonna use a skosh of this. I mean, screw it, right? Let's see what that did flavor-wise. A little bit more depth to it. Next, chicken. Got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. In the second tasting, it became apparent that there was kind of multiple muscle groups. So we did a little pivot and I'm feeling great about it. I mean, it looks like holy hell, but whew, that's some like funhouse right in there. If anything, it's clinging worse. I don't know, I either don't know the right technique or my understanding of the technique is just wrong. So I'm adding a little bit more starch to this. See if I can get it incrementally tighter. It's doing that thing where it's like it's tightened up to the point where it's kind of weird. Do I get a lifeline?
You can show Hana what you have here.
Do you have a minute to come talk about chicken?
Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, Hannah, if it's too fluid, I don't have a thick enough coating. Did you ever make oobleck?
No.
Guyak? That's like what this really comes down to. You know Bartholomew and the oobleck? It's like that stuff you can make out of like glue and borax and like cornstarch. Like a kid's like
80s
project.
slime?
Like 80s slime, thank you.
No,
At least
I
like,
haven't.
okay, well. Does this just seem like it's like headed for disaster?
I've said this before to you many times.
Oh.
You know, I am of a 2-fry school, double fry method camp. I would just put that out there.
Cool. Thanks. You know what? Sometimes it's not like what your friend says, it's just the comforting sound of their laughter. Let's do it. Let's stop talking about it and let's start cooking. Just gonna cook off broccoli super fast. All right, broccoli is blanched. Boom, oil is at temp. We're doing a test piece. Was the batter thick enough to have enough clinging to the chicken to create a real sensation of there being a crust on it? So in Korean fried chicken, something that you see is a low temperature fry followed by a high temperature fry, and that creates the crispiest, crunchiest possible outer shell.
I've said this before to you. I am of a 2-fry school. I would just put that out there.
I don't think that's what we want to do. Oh heavens, the oil is a little bit hot. Don't worry about it. This place has a fire extinguisher, right? Certainly thicker than round one. I think we have achieved quite a bit more crispiness on this outer coating. I think this is gonna stir fry up really nicely. I wanna be careful of like not making it too hot here. Oh, the sliced garlic. Huh. Thanks for nothing, Dan.
I don't like adding a little garlic at the last second.
Oh, stop. This is fine. This is right when I wanted to add it. I just really wanna make sure like broccoli gets a little bit of color, garlic gets a little toasty. We have our finishing sauce. Not a little tight, but it's better. Crunch is better. I don't know, there's still like a little something lacking in the flavor, but this is our second and final attempt. Nice glaziness, nice sauciness, nicely coated. I think this is an incremental improvement over my first attempt. Ingredients, we were at 72. Maybe we pulled it up to a 78. Technique, we're probably maybe still down around like a 70. Appearance, maybe now we're an 80. I don't know what changed so dramatically. And taste, I'd love to think that we're at an 85 now. Hannah's gonna come and try this, and she's gonna be able to stack this up against the original.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's like fine.
When your voice goes up like that, makes
When I
me
go
nervous.
falsetto,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I can't be. Damn it.
Okay, may I present to you General Tso's chicken? Yay!
Yay.
By the Walks of Life.
The walks of life.
What do you think?
I mean, I am struck. There's certainly there's something in that texture, ever so slightly more kind of like puffy. I don't know how to describe it.
I think first of all, Chris, you did a great job. I mean, they look very similar. Obviously, some differences in appearance. Your sauce is a bit darker. This one is a bit looser, and it is actually looser than what we might be familiar with.
We're gonna take a bite of the original, and then we'll take a bite of
Give me a
mine.
plate. Do you see anything in their batter that is not on your chicken?
Sesame seed.
Yeah, I think here you might have consolidated some steps. They take a two-pronged marinating approach, and they leave it on the chicken pieces to absorb. And then the second part of that process is dusting with a few sesame seeds, cornstarch, and AP flour. And so it's almost like a light dredge.
Yeah, I basically combined both things.
Talk to me about how you went about frying your chicken pieces.
I was definitely listening to you when you said, oh, like a two-part fry, low temp, high temp. I was, but again,
When you say listening, does that mean that you double fried these?
well,
I don't think that's what we want to do.
what I was thinking you might have meant was that the time that the chicken then goes into the wok can almost function as the second fry.
Yeah, no. It needs two fries in the oil, and then it can meet its sauce.
That feels so fussy to me.
I mean, imagine if you're at like a takeout restaurant, you probably have a lot of this prepped ahead, at least to the
Sure,
first fry,
blanched.
and then to order, you're doing the second fry. But I think more than that, in terms of an ability to hold the flavor, that second fry is critical.
Interesting.
So let's talk about the sauce components. You actually got a lot of them correct. Regular soy sauce, dark soy sauce. They actually use brown sugar.
Really, they do?
Yeah, and I heard
I-
you might have been reaching for
Yeah, I
that.
was. I don't know. The dark soy already had an almost molassesy quality to me.
Here they happen to use chicken stock. I would say your sauce just tastes very concentrated in a way that could probably have benefited from water, regardless of what the textural output would have given you. Great effort. Taking it from the top, ingredients. You gave yourself a 78, and I actually gave you an 85. Technique, however, I gave you a 69. The velveting technique they use is just so different from what you did.
Totally.
Plus, the lack of the double fry.
Oh, you weren't gonna
And
let
I
me walk
literally
away from
gave
that
that
one.
to you. I gave that to you. Okay, that was a bonus. Appearance, however, I gave you an 83. It looks a little different, but overall looks so appetizing. And taste, I gave you an 80 because
I think that's fair.
yeah, again, it had all of the elements, the salty, the sweet, the spice, but it just was not in the correct balance. And then my score for you was a 79.25. So actually, I ended up giving you the better score.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Chinese cuisine is especially an area where I feel like I learned 10 new things each
Yeah.
time I learn about a dish.
Totally.
Good
Thanks,
job.
Hannah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Next time, I don't care what it is, we're double frying it. It could be a bowl of cornflakes. You know what? Put it in a bag, put it right in the oil twice. This is a very different presentation of this dish than what I thought it to be. I think that's great. You know what I mean? It's just one dish, but what that dish means to one chef versus another, the devil's always in the details. Mushroom dark soy sauce. Is there caramel in this? Holy Hannah. Water, corn syrup, hydrolyzed soy protein, caramel color.
Hold on.
Why can't we talk about soy now?
We can, but then we gotta set up Why you gotta start with the soy sauce?
Golden Mountain seasoning
This is
sauce.
not usable content.
Why is it not usable? I want to start with the soy.
And say, I want to start with soy.
I feel like you could have cut that in. You could have just let me going and then cut that in.